With the changing climate and the rising sea levels, there are many places on Earth that are currently being threatened with the imminent possibility of becoming submerged in water like a real modern Atlantis. The places being threatened are located all over the world and are usually found along coastlines. From the United States to Libya and Australia and even more, we are traveling around the globe today as we cover part 2 of the top 10 places that will soon be underwater. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video for the comment shoutout portion, where I will be shouting out just a few of the comments you left on one of my videos. Let's get into this list. Starting off our list at our number 10 spot, we have Khoms. Khoms is located on the Mediterranean coast of Libya and is the home to one of the world's heritage sites, which is Leptis Magna. Leptis Magna was a very prominent city in the Carthaginian Empire and was apparently one of the most beautiful cities, filled with markets, public monuments, and residential areas, not to mention the harbor. It is said to be one of the best preserved sites anywhere, which is incredible. There is already regular flooding in this area, so with the prediction of the sea level rising as much as 3 feet in the area within the coming decades, it is a place that is at a great risk of being submerged sooner rather than later, or at the very least, widely inaccessible. In our number 9 spot today we have London. London is of course located in England, and the southern parts of the city could end up being submerged in water in just a short 30 years from now. Scientists studying climate change are warning of the possibilities and even created an interactive map to show their current predictions of the areas of London that will see the greatest amounts of flooding. The places that are the most at risk are those around the Thames, with things included such as Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, the Tower of London, King's College, as well as many portions of the underground subway system. Or the tube. The interactive map I mentioned before includes the rising sea levels but does not take into account the possibilities or potential frequency of big storms, potential future erosion, inland flooding, or any contributions from rainfalls or rivers, so it is possible that these areas could be at a greater risk than we even know. In our number 8 spot today we have Atlantic City. Atlantic City is located in New Jersey and is known for its casinos, boardwalk, and beaches. In fact, Atlantic City was apparently the inspiration for the American version of Monopoly, which is something I didn't know. But as it turns out, all the gamblers in the AC are going to have to head to the Nevada deserts because New Jersey is an area that is going to come into trouble due to the rising sea levels. The levels around Atlantic City have risen 12 inches since 1950, but the speed of the rise has been greatly accelerating, and it now sees a rise of over 1 inch every 5 years. That may not seem like a lot, but it has a huge impact on the city, and over time things like this certainly add up. Not only are the sea levels rising, but the land is also sinking and the shorelines are eroding, which all together are causing this acceleration. Not only is this a huge problem for the residents there, but also for the many species of wildlife that rely on these coastal habitats. In our number 7 spot today we have the Daintree Forest. This rainforest is located in Queensland, Australia, close to the eastern coastline. This is one area that is on the track to be consumed by rising sea levels, as well as the cities and towns immediately surrounding it, such as Port Douglas, which lies just south. Losing any area to rising sea levels usually isn't a good thing, but this one will be a particularly great loss as this rainforest is one of the oldest surviving ones on Earth. The loss of this area will include the ancient plants that it contains, some of which represent some of the earliest known plants on Earth. This rainforest is also the home to many different animal species, and it is extremely important to the conservation of biological diversity. With many areas on the path to being threatened with rising sea levels, we humans are going to have to get a bit better at sharing our Earth with the other species who also call it home. In our number 6 spot today we have Ravenna. Ravenna is located in Italy in the Emilia-Romagna region and is connected to the Adriatic Sea via the Candiano Canal. It is the home to and well known for its late Roman architecture, but it is also the home to the most important group of Byzantine art anywhere outside of Istanbul itself. This art includes mosaics, sculptures, decorative stones, as well as metalworks and ceramics, most of which are housed in the early Christian mausoleums and basilicas. Whether interested in art, history, or Christianity, or really none of the above, these are pieces from history that would be tragic for us to lose. The city itself holds an important historical significance as it was once the capital of the Western Roman Empire. Unfortunately, it is believed that this is a place that could be submerged in water, with the treasures being flooded as early as 2050. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Elephanta Caves. The Elephanta Caves are a collection of cave temples that are located on Elephanta Island in the Mumbai harbor about 10 kilometers east of Mumbai. Like I just mentioned, these caves are located on an island, so it is obviously surrounded by water, which due to the rising sea levels is proving to be a detriment. There are many historic sites in the area, but these caves are of the most precious and are actually a World Heritage Site. The caves consist of 5 separate ones that are all filled with monumental Hindu religious carvings, as well as smaller Buddhist monuments. A lot of the artwork displayed in the caves has been badly damaged over the years, but that does not mean it wouldn't be devastating to lose. This area is not only a popular tourist destination, but it is an important location for those who practice Hinduism and Buddhism, and it would be a great loss in both a historical sense as well as a religious and spiritual sense. In our number 4 spot today, we have Gavelstone. Gavelstone is located in Texas and is a resort and port city that is a popular weekend family tourist destination, as well as a common cruise ship docking spot. The beaches and botanical gardens really work to bring people in, but like everything else on this list, what makes it so exciting and inviting just might also be the cause for its demise. It is said that by 2060, around half of all of the livable land in Galveston is going to be flooded, and if this wasn't already bad enough, it is said by the year 2100, over 90% of the land will be submerged underwater. That's wild. I guess it's time to make those plans if you've been wanting to check it out, because who knows how much time is really left at this point. I guess those cruise ships are gonna have to find somewhere else to dock. In our number 3 spot today, we have Tybee Island. Tybee Island is located in Georgia, not too far from Savannah. The island is a barrier island, small city, and super popular spot for beach trips, as well as sightseeing with the light station and museum located there. The island, however, is in danger of losing significant portions due to rising sea levels. It has been calculated that around 30% of the livable land on the island will be flooded by 2060. The island isn't the only place at risk though, as Savannah is also on track to be seeing some of the same kinds of flooding. Savannah does happen to be more inland, however, so it might have more time, and while it's possible that a good amount of the city can be saved, there are gorgeous old historical homes on the edge of the water that most likely won't make it another century. In our number 2 spot today, we have Honolulu. This popular Hawaiian destination spot is one of the most at-risk places of being submerged in water due to the rising sea levels. Honolulu is the capital of the Hawaiian state, and I mean, considering the entire state is made up of islands, all of Hawaii really is at stake here. Even a small rise in sea level is noticed here, as it is estimated that an inch of rising sea results in losing 8 feet of shoreline. This is a massive issue, as sea levels are being predicted to rise several feet in the next decade alone. 2/3 of the Hawaiian population live on the island that is home to Honolulu, so it is obvious that this is going to cause a lot of major problems for the residents there. In our number 1 spot today, we have Tabasco. Tabasco is located in Mexico with a coastline on the Gulf. Tabasco is low and flat, so it has been no stranger to flooding over the years, but the issue is seemingly only growing. The region is covered in both wetlands and forest, so the floods it usually sees are seasonal, but unfortunately rising sea levels are bringing it to the brink of being submerged. Not only would this be devastating to the variety of life that calls this area home, but it would also threaten the archaeological sites located here, such as some of the Mayan ruins. I briefly mentioned that this area is low, but it's so low that it is only currently 1 meter above sea level, which means that even the smallest rises in the level of the sea have a huge impact. Without some guidelines and a plan to protect this coastal zone, things unfortunately unfortunately aren't looking too good right now. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thank you so much for checking it out. Now I'm going to be shouting out some of your comments from my video, Top 10 Ocean Mysteries That Are Impossible to Solve, Part 3. Kimberly Marshall says, love your videos and hope you see this, with a little heart emoji. Well, Kimberly, I love this comment and I did see it. I'm always lurking in those comments. You never know what I'm gonna see. Thanks for watching, Kimberly. Sheila Sullivan says, we've explored barely any of the ocean. For all I know, there could be lots more creepy creatures in there. I think that there's some crazy things that we haven't found yet in the ocean. That's just my own belief. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm clearly not a scientist, but I feel like there's some crazy things lurking down there that don't want us to find them. Justin Cameron said, who's down for an ocean disco party? I didn't know I was down for an ocean disco party until now. Chris, you going? And Papa O'Neill said, thank you Olivia for letting us hang out with you. Your videos with your cheerful and positive attitude always make my day a little better. That is so nice to hear. I'm so glad. I love hanging out with you all. I'm here to have a fun time. I hope you're having a fun time. But that's all the fun time I have for you today. That's all the comments I'm going to be shouting out for today's comment shout out portion. Make sure you comment something down below and maybe you'll be featured in the next one. Who knows? You never know. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you next time. Bye! It is a place that is why. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Daintree forest. Oh, how do you say this? I did look it up, but I forget. Ravenna? Ravenna? Yes, it's Ravenna, right?
I think so. It's one of the two for sure.
I think it's Ravenna. Ravenna is located in Italy. I don't know how to say this either. Emilia Romagna? Emilia Romagna? Sure. Why? I did look this word up too. But Byzantine, yeah. Good work, producer Chris. But Byzantine, that's what it is, right? Yeah, sure. All of the livable land in Gavelstone is going to be flooded, and if this wasn't already bad enough, it is said by what? What do you even call that? 2100? That year. By the year 2100? That's so weird to say. I don't know why that really just like stumped me. By the year 2100? I guess that's what you would say. That's so weird. Ew. I'll be dead, so it doesn't matter.